Obviously, you haven't heard the pup bark. Welcome to Mornings on Main Street, Clarksville. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks for joining us. Coming up, we hear from the Clarksville Community Concert Association and how this association has been bringing top-notch talent to Clarksville, Montgomery County since 1951. They're kicking off their spring season this month on Sunday, January 28th, with the Windborne Singers. So after you learn a little history about the Clarksville Community Concert Association, we hear from one of the Windborne singers about their love for music, what brought the four singers together, and what you'll hear on stage. After that, we share with you the aviary space there at the Nashville Zoo with What's New with Jim Bartu. We have that for you. But first, let's get a check of the wrap with reporter Cheri Reeves.
This is the wrap for the Thursday, January 11th edition of Main Street Clarksville. Tennessee Titans head coach Mike Vrabel was fired earlier this week. Read Main Street Media's Titans reporter Terry McCormick's coverage on what led to Vrabel's termination. We have Clarksville City Council news as it passes a gas rate increase and gives Mayor Joe Pitts the authority to negotiate a contract to purchase the Clarksville Speedway and turn it into a very large park and recreation complex. We share information about a Google-sponsored exhibit coming up at the Customs House Museum and Cultural Center with educational demonstrations on how to move things on land, sea, and air, and also an exhibit on water and waterways. And finally, this was the week of the annual Mayor's Power Breakfast in Clarksville, featuring key speakers, Montgomery County Mayor Wes Golden and Clarksville Mayor Joe Pitts. We have full coverage of the event hosted by the Clarksville Area Chamber of Commerce. That's where about 400 people gathered for that big breakfast. And that's the wrap. I'm Cheri Reeves, Main Street, Clarksville.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Beginning January 1, Delta Dental of Tennessee is introducing enhanced benefits for persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
It'll include extra cleaning times for people with special needs, extra time for exams. More importantly, we will create a training program that any dentist office in the state can go online and pick that up.
At Delta Dental, we believe that the quality of oral health care should be accessible and inclusive for all.
He shoots, and he scores!
This holiday season, the largest lantern festival in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. Witness more than 1,000 handcrafted Chinese lanterns featuring brand new designs, including towering mythical beasts, a life-sized Santa's workshop, and a 100-foot-long dragon. Welcome back to Zoolumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
I am excited to welcome you back to Mornings on Main Street this morning because we are getting ready to talk about the Clarksville Community Concert Series. If you're not familiar with this is a 501, a nonprofit 501c3 dedicated to presenting music performances of high artistic merit in the Clarksville, Montgomery County area. And they have some incredible artists coming to the Clarksville, Montgomery County area to perform. To tell us more, give us a little bit of history of this association, we have Ann Silverberg with us. She is the president of the Clarksville Community Concert Association, and we have Cody Richardson, the vice president. First off, ladies, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you for having us on the show.
You know, I can't wait to share who's coming, who's going to be on stage, and a little bit about them. But first off, how did this get started? When did it start?
It started in 1951. The department chair of the Austin Peay State University Department of Music was a man named Charles Gary, and he decided it was a good idea to start a series. And so he began the series. He began to collect subscribers and assemble enough money to begin to pick artists and bring them to Clarksville. For a while, it worked with Columbia Artist Management out of New York, but eventually it became independent. And going fast forward, Austin Peay had a series for 10 years from in 1985 when the Center of Excellence for the Creative Arts was established to 95, but then we merged.
Okay.
So we were sort of a unified Austin Peay State University and Clarksville Community Concert for 10 years. And then in 2005, we became our current independent 501c3, all volunteer. So ticket sales, donations, grants help us put these wonderful concerts on in Mabry Hall, which is a great venue. And we've been, really looking very much forward to our 75th anniversary, which is coming up in 26.
75 years of having incredible artists coming to this area. What is it like to reach out to these, a lot of them world-renowned artists, to get them to come here?
Well, we have a selection committee that works to find artists. And we also take advice from our faculty members at Austin Peay and other people, including board members. Or Cody was the person who came up with the idea of Windborne. The Windborne singers will be here on January 28th. And she'd heard them on NPR and thought, well, let's look into this.
No kidding. Yeah.
And so we liked the sound, so we thought, well, let's talk to them. And I've been amazed to see what the quality. I mean, the quality has been extremely high, and yes, I mean, artists will come who play and sing at an extremely high level, and sometimes those faculty connections help us to do things that are quite extraordinary. For instance, Lisette Oropeza was with us in the fall, and she's one of the top coloratura sopranos in the world right now. And I mean, to see Clarksville Community Concert next to the Vienna State Opera on her schedule is very impressive. She came down to us between performances at the Chicago Lyric Opera.
So as you're saying this, and I just want you guys to know, the worst anyone can ever say when you ask something is no, but you never know until you ask.
That's right.
And so I'm assuming that's the way it is for you guys. Like it's, I'm going to reach out to this person. They might say yes.
They might say yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes, we're able to route things as groups or individuals will be on tour and they can fit in Clarksville in their schedule. And of course, we're fairly convenient to BNA. So that helps, artists play. And so it's a really great thing.
Oh, I'd say it does. So everything kicks off with this series, with the spring series on January 28th. And that is with the Windborne Singers. Who do we have after that?
Well, we're going to have a French horn player in mid-March. So that concert will come off on March 17th. A really extraordinary concert. And prefacing that he'll be working with our horn players, both college and high school players on Horn Day. So that's on March 16th. Then we finish our season on April 6th with the fantastic Warren Wolf, who's a vibraphonist, and his quartet. So that's the Mid-South Jazz Festival, which has been around since 1961.
Wow. And what do you hear from guests when they come in? So they see one of the concerts. What do you hear as they're leaving? Typically,
that was fantastic.
Yeah, we hear that. We hear, wow, we wish we, had known sooner, and we'll definitely be coming back. Just a lot of positivity.
Oh yeah, and our artists will say, "This is a wonderful hall." Typically because it's acoustically an extraordinary place.
100% it is. Both of you are educators. You work with students at Austin Peay. You, however, work with the younger generation. How do you get them into the seats there? And then what do they say to you afterwards?
I mean, really, it's pushing it out to let their parents know that it's out there, and pushing it out to their teachers and things, and just making sure that they know it's here. And once they do, they usually come back and just say, thank you so much for letting us know it was here in this town.
So moving forward, we get done with the spring series. What happens after that? When do you have to start working for that next series?
in October of the previous year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, because Mabry Hall is a very busy place. As among other things, nurses pinning. That will happen in Mabry Hall. We do all kinds of other activities, including all the music concerts at Austin P. Mabry Chamber Orchestra has its concerts, some of its concerts in Mabry Hall. So we have to work around that. So we're very lucky to work with the university and say, we're trying to put in a series that fits in our budget and trying to fit this all together. But it takes a lot of planning. So we want to be sure we have our schedule set up long before the season ends.
Couple final questions for you. Of course, like I just mentioned, the Windborne Singers will be here on January 28th at 3 p.m., if I'm correct, and that is a Sunday.
That's a Sunday.
Tell us about this group.
Oh, they're a fantastic. They're thought of as the most original, the most astounding vocal group in the generation, the most exciting because of the repertoire that they sing. They sing some folk-like things, and so it's 4 voices a cappella, which means no instrument. So it's just 4 voices in harmony. So they'll sing, for instance, they'll sing folk songs. They sing in various foreign languages. They'll sing some old American songs, some protest songs. It is going to be a really interesting mix of things that they'll sing.
And again, you're seeing extraordinary talent on the stage there at Mabry Hall at an inexpensive cost.
That's right.
And that is incredible to find. Yeah. What is the cost for a ticket?
Well, if you buy the whole series, you get $100 will buy you the 5 tickets. Our highest ticket price is $25, but we do discounts for seniors, military, and educators. A student of any type gets in for $5, except for Austin P students who get in for free. So, so you will not match those prices. I don't think in Nashville, and you will not match those prices for these artists in particular.
No, you will not. Any final thoughts? Anything else that I may not have asked that you think people need to know?
Well, plenty of free parking. We have accessible parking. We'd love to see you come. It's no more intimidating or daunting than going to a movie. Right. Really, it's quiet. No popcorn, but it's a wonderful experience that I think your families here in Clarksville will really enjoy, and it's absolutely top rate.
Love it.
And we also provide, before each concert, we do a pre-concert talk.
Oh.
And so if you're not sure about what you're going to go see, there's always going to be someone there to kind of explain what's happening. So it's the half hour before the concert. You come and someone explains to you what you're about to experience and what you're about to enjoy.
That is fantastic, because I would think that gives you a better understanding once they start.
Yeah. And just to clarify, the concert will start at 3 on January 28th.
Okay.
We'll do the pre-concert talk from 2 to 2:30.
Okay.
And then people have a half an hour to mingle, find their seats.
Great to know. Well, I encourage all of you to not only share this segment, now that you've seen it, you're watching, share it, invite your friends, invite your family members, or you know what, head to Google. There's such a power in being able to Google organizations, especially like this incredible nonprofit. All you have to do is go to Clarksville Community Concert Association. Right there. Ladies, thank you so much. And Cody, I very much appreciate your time. I do have to say a little teaser. When we come back after this break, we get to hear from one of the Windborne singers, Lauren, and I do not want to mispronounce her last name.
I think she probably says a Breunig, but I'm not completely sure.
Lauren Breunig. She will be here after the break to share a little bit of what you will hear on January 28th. We'll be right back.
At Implant and General Dentistry, we're proud to offer dental care you can trust. Our team, led by Dr. Andrew Flips, is dedicated to serving our community with the highest quality of care. We offer comprehensive dental exams, cleanings, whitening, and more. With our compassionate and experienced team, you'll be able to smile with confidence. Come experience the difference for yourself. Call us today to schedule an appointment or visit our website to learn more.
At Chapels, we pride ourselves on offering a wide variety of the freshest fruits and vegetables, handpicked just for you. We have a wide selection of the freshest, highest quality meats that will leave your taste buds craving more. Our friendly staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. We believe in treating every customer like family because at Chapels, your family is our family. We've been locally owned and operated for over 60 years. You can visit any of our Chapels locations in Dixon, White Bluff, McEwen, and Centerville.
Main Street Sports Today strives to bring you the most timely and comprehensive coverage of sports news and more from Middle Tennessee and beyond.
We cover the teams you care about from preps to pros and bring some of the most influential voices in sports to keep you in the know.
Tune into Main Street Sports Today each Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Download the Main Street Media TV app.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way. When flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage, it ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
The way is blind with blood and sweat, and death sings in our ears. But time is marching on our side. We will defeat the years. We will defeat the years.
Was that not just beautiful? We are so happy to not only still have with us Ann Silverberg and Cody Richardson with us of the Clarksville Community Concert Association, but we also have one of the four individuals that you just saw there on screen, one of the Windborne singers. We have Lauren Breunig with us. Lauren, first off, thank you for your time.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us. We're really excited to come down to Clarksville.
Oh, and we're excited to have you. The four of you on stage together, that's extraordinary what you guys do.
Thank you. Yeah, we really find that the human voice can do so many things, and it's such a powerful instrument. And so we're excited to share our music with you all.
Give us a little bit of background of the Windborne Singers, how you connected and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah. Well, if you see us in concert, you'll see in concert order, Jeremy, Lynn, me, I'm Lauren, and Will. And we kind of grew up together. We've been friends for a really long time, and for many years just sang together for fun. And we started singing as Windborne as a quartet in 2013. But it wasn't until 2017 that we decided to put aside all the other things that we were doing with our lives and make a go of it, doing music full time, which is what we've been doing ever since.
Well, and then Ann, Cody, what captured your attention? What got you about the Windborne Singers to have them come here, to ask if they would come here?
So for me, it was just all the beautiful videos of you all singing in the churches when it's just the four of you and just the acoustics and just the very tight harmonies that they had. It was just beautiful. And I said, we've got to. I showed the videos to Ann. I said, we have got to get them here.
And we were lucky enough to inquire and find out that, yes, we could do it. And so we're just so thrilled to be able to bring them in.
Which brings me to you, the four of you travel all over the world, and yet you are happy and thrilled to give your time to come here to Clarksville, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. No, at this point, we've probably traveled to almost a dozen countries, but we love touring all over the U.S. We're all based in Massachusetts, but this will be the farthest south we've ever toured. So we're excited to have this foray into new territory.
What is it like when you're on stage? And I mean, I know you can see maybe just a little bit of the audience, but you're there and you just see people's reaction and then what you hear afterwards when they come up to the four of you. What is that like for you? And did you ever expect to be here?
Yeah, no, I mean, I certainly never expected to be doing this as my full-time living. And we like to say that we believe that music can move hearts when minds are made up. A lot of the music that we sing, or a big piece of our repertoire, is sort of these songs of social struggle from movements in the past, sort of sung for the things that we see happening in the world today. And it's really powerful to bring this historical music to sort of a modern stage and see how deeply it touches people. And we have a lot of people that come up to us afterwards and talk about how it's inspired them to become more involved in their community, more involved in activism. And that's just the best thing that I could ask for as a musician singing this kind of music.
putting out such powerful music, do you all kind of feel the same about like the individual songs that you do? Is there one that sticks out to you or that means the most to you as a group, or is it kind of individually you have your own that's like that's special to me?
That's a good question. I think probably we'd each have a different answer to that. And, you know, songs definitely go through cycles in our hearts. You know, we sing one for a long time and then, you know, we're ready to give it a rest. But one song I think that we've all really, in particular, been really loving for the past couple of years is a song called When I'm Gone, written by the late songwriter Phil Oakes, who was just an incredible songwriter from the 60s and 70s, sort of the same era as Pete Seeger and Woody Guthrie, some of these better known names. But he just had this really incisive sort of commentary in his songwriting. And When I'm Gone doesn't speak about a particular political moment, but it's about sort of the mark that we leave on the world. And it asks this question of how do we spend our time? You know, how do we make sure that we're fighting for what's good and just and right in the world, but also taking time to really live and appreciate our lives, our friendships, our connections, the natural world. And it's the song that concludes our most recent album. And it felt like it really encapsulated the essence of that album, which is that we must do both. You know, we have to both fight the good fights, but we also have to take care of ourselves, because the point of, you know, fighting for justice is making sure that everyone has the chance to find these moments of transcendence, moments of connection. And so they really become the same question. And When I'm Gone really captures that for us.
That's a song that we need to hear over and over right now and share it with many, many people. What does the future hold for the Windborne Singers?
Well, we've got a pretty busy schedule coming up in 2024. We have this sort of southern brief foray that'll be our first time farther south in the DC area. We're headed out to the West Coast. We've been out there a bunch, and we're excited to get out to the Bay Area and then farther north up into the Pacific Northwest and into the Vancouver area in Canada. And then in March, we're going to Australia for the first time. We're playing a bunch of folk festivals there and a bunch of other things, and we're really excited about that.
Well, and what can we expect from the four of you when you visit here in Clarksville and hit the stage at Mabry Hall on the 28th?
Yeah, a lot of great vocal harmony, probably some unexpected sounds. You know, one of the things that we that I think sort of sets our sound apart from, you know, or that sort of makes Windborne hard to fit into a genre is that we pull in all of these different influences from all the different kinds of musics that we've studied in our lives. You know, we grew up with English and American folk traditions growing up in New England, but we've also spent many years studying music from Georgia and Corsica and Bulgaria and South Africa, and all of these different traditions, you know, connecting with these tradition bearers in other countries and cultures. It all steeps into the music that we make. So I think audiences will hopefully find something to be inspired and something that makes them think, and just, you know, getting a moment to reflect on how cool the human voice is.
Before you leave us, Ann, Cody, do you have anything that you would like to ask Lauren? Since we're all here together, is there anything that's been on your mind that you've been curious about?
Well, will we hear when I'm gone?
Definitely.
Good, great. I'm really glad to hear that. It sounds, I mean, the sounds we hear are just so wonderful, and it's so great to have you with us. And we're also going to have them for a short residency, so they'll be visiting some classes.
Oh, that's great.
RCP, which is a great thing too. Yeah. So it's a great opportunity.
Well, if you need any recommendations, I think you can ask any one of us, and we can tell you where to go eat, have a cup of coffee, all the things.
Great. We'll take you up on all of that.
My last question for you before you leave us, what's been the biggest compliment? Again, you're known throughout the world. You've had, you know, some comments from BBC and so many others. What's been the biggest compliment for you guys?
Gosh, I haven't really thought about that. The thing that's jumping to mind is a comment actually just on social media that said, that our voices sound like warm honey, which I was that I love that. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's great getting, you know, reviews and stuff, but sometimes people's just like gut reactions on social media are really, really poignant and beautiful too.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Lauren. Lauren Breunig with Windborne Singers, who will be right here in Clarksville on January 28th at Mabry Hall. Again, that concert will start at 3 o'clock, but you can get there beforehand to hear a little explanation about what you're going to hear and see on stage.
Right. That will be the pre-concert talk is at 2. Is it? I get it right?
2.
2. And then so at 2:30 we allow people to find their seats and all those kinds of good things and buy tickets. And then at 3 o'clock we'll be hearing the Windborne Singers.
And if you'd like more, of course, head to Clarksville Community Concert Association, the website, and you can also learn more about the Windborne Singers by going to their website. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We'll be right back.
100 years, 1,000 years, we're marching on the road. The going isn't easy yet. We've got a heavy load. We've got a heavy load.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Welcome to Grin Doctors, your trusted pediatric dentistry and orthodontics practice. Achieve healthy, beautiful smiles with our expert care. At Grin Doctors, we are committed to your child's oral health and well-being. Trust Grin Doctors, your pediatric dental home for exceptional care. We go above and beyond to ensure the comfort and satisfaction of our young patients. Grin Doctors Kids Dental and Orthodontics is right down the street in Old Hickory, TN. Easy to get to and in your neighborhood.
You know that feeling you get when your team goes big? You can get that same feeling on Zen Sports. When you sign up for a Zen Sports account, you will receive up to a $1,000 no-danger first wager. That's right. When you place your first bet in Zen Sports, you can be reimbursed for the amount of your first bet up to a $1,000 maximum if the bet loses. No other sportsbook will offer you a premier sports betting experience with 24/7 customer support and faster withdrawals like Zen Sports. Zen Sports. Betting just got better. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and up and in Tennessee to bet.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Before you leave us, I would like to highlight a couple of events happening here in Clarksville this weekend. One being tonight at the Windborne Nature Center. The Windborne Nature Center is hosting its Cocoa Hike. That kicks off at 5 o'clock. Also starting tonight, you have the Vagina Monologues on stage at the Roxy Theater. So this will be happening for 2 weekends. Get your ticket for tonight or tomorrow. And then, of course, next weekend, you'll also have the production on stage, but get your ticket before it sells out. Then you have a couple of paint classes happening at ArtLink, one being a sip and paint happening, as well as paint in the dark. They're always hosting some fun events there, but if you'd like to get out and enjoy, do it. You have so much happening here in Clarksville, Montgomery County. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week.
Smiles. These are the healthy smiles of real Delta Dental members. Folks with access to the nation's largest network of dentists and low deductible plans with 100% preventive care coverage. all backed by over 65 years of expertise. Go online or give us a call to learn about affordable individual plans that meet your needs. 1-855-844-0445.